welcome. We are excited. It is Warzone Wednesday here in the Esports Center. We are week 7. Jude is currently sitting in the 8th spot in the national rankings right now. So looking to turn in another solid performance today to be able to continue to move up those rankings as we've talked about in the weeks prior. The ultimate goal is to stay within the top 75 here in these last 3 weeks of regular season, which will then vault him into the playoffs, which start the first week of December. So I think he's put himself in a really good spot, being ranked 8th right now. So he would have to fall over 60 rankings to be able to fall out of that playoff position and playoff spot. So I think that he's put himself in a good spot there. But as always, you want to continue to compete, continue to get better. And I know that with himself, he kind of has a competition each week of trying to beat the last week's score that he put together. So it'll be really fun for him. I forgot to even look up what that was. I'll look it up right now so that we are ready to roll for it. But I think the biggest thing that we want to continue to do is, one, he's looking for a win. We were close again last week. We were close the week before. I think back-to-back second-place finishes. Last week's was a really close second-place finish. So we will see if we're able to bounce back and get that first-place cap off right there. But the biggest thing is to continue to carry this momentum. We talk about it with so many different teams in our program. They're gaining this momentum. They're gaining this confidence and everything, getting into these last couple weeks of the regular season and moving into playoffs. So the ultimate goal for Jude is to continue that momentum and that fire that he has right now into playoffs, so that will kind of turn its eye to having another solid performance this week. Doesn't have to come in first, doesn't have to have the best performances in the world, doesn't have to outperform every single person in the lobby, because he really is solidified in a good playoff position, I think, right now. But he just wants to continue to perform well, and all in all, he wants to go and win a game. So we are going to be dropping into Verdance right here. Welcome to Warzone Wednesday. Let's see what Mama's Got a Beard has got for us today.
Battle Royale. Be advised, gas is closing in. Proceed to the safe zone. Enemy dropping into the AO.
Counting at home and looking to see and with Jude and his goal to be able to beat every week. Last week he had a phenomenal showing with counting 7 total points for the week. So that will be his goal, to be able to beat this week. It looks like in his first showing, in the first game he tallied 13 total points, and then in that second game with that little bit of a heartbreaker there, coming in second place, he had -6 points for a total of 7 points on the week. So that will be his goal, to be able to meet here. We will see if he is able to do that. Sorry about that. We forgot to click a button here. My screen was actually not showing what it is, but you should be seeing the Warzone action coming at you. You haven't missed
Ground to
much.
actual, request flyover.
As Jude has just been able to get around and get some good loot, get some money. Currently bought a UAV and is getting ready to try and possibly go and start to find some people out in the lobby, as we've got 46 people left here in the lobby. He's able to find a legendary crate, so we'll gain back that money and really start to stock up on his loadout.
Be advised, UAV is bingo fuel. RTB for resupply.
Objective is to eliminate the bounty target.
Mark on the grid, call for fire.
This is Striker 3-1, good copy. Back inbound. Impact, no joy.
Loadout drop inbound.
Vendor here, need someone in the shop.
Got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated. We're out of time. Scrub the contract. Enemy UAV overhead. Got a loadout drop inbound.
So you will see here, as we've seen many times before, Jude is going to actually go ahead and buy his own loadout, so he doesn't have to worry about that community loadout and possibly getting picked off from it. So picks up his loadout. didn't quite see what he got. I know he's got his PPSH right there with him. I think he switched that out for the Swiss that he had. Does have a red door over there that was right next to where his loadout dropped. Probably surveying. Oh, I think he picked up his AK-47. Specifically, the Cold War one has a little bit less recoil than that Modern Warfare one. Two different guns, but both the same. Kind of interesting when Cold War came out and you were able to use different guns and such, and actually now Vanguard should be coming out here shortly. This weekend, actually, I believe it's coming out, so that will also create a little bit of maybe some more chaos for the end of the season here going on, maybe some more guns dropped and all sorts of great stuff happening with the map. I know that the map is actually supposed to change. Oh, I didn't even think about that. I think December 2nd the map is supposed to change, so that will be interesting with playoffs. Anyways, Jude's running with his own loadout here now. Doesn't have to worry about going where all those other boxes were and possibly getting picked off from somebody also coming from the loadout. So it's really set up well now. And it's going to work to continue to go with about 36 people left in the lobby. So hasn't really even made contact with anybody yet. You see that a lot in these matches, in the private ones, when there isn't as many people. I don't know if maybe you just lost some or they're just not interested anymore,
All
but
prisoners are being released from the gulag.
that will be a
Get
difference.
ready.
There will be a jailbreak going here, but as you've heard in the last couple weeks, jailbreaks are not permitted here in the NJCAAE. So those that are sitting in the gulag, currently waiting to do their gulag match and come back, are permitted to be able to use the jailbreak. But if somebody is just spectating at home and already out of the match, then they need to immediately exit and not come back from the jailbreak. So you will see some numbers come back, and most likely the case with those ones are that somebody was in the gulag waiting for their match and is going to be able to take use of that jailbreak happening. But as we were talking before, not quite as many as we've seen at the beginning of some of these matches, so it is definitely made for not as much action at the beginning of them as everybody drops into the full Warzone match. Even when you have the full 150 going in, there isn't quite as much action in the first couple circles. So as these circles start to draw closer together, then we will see a little bit more action, as we've got about a minute left on the clock here before this second circle will close. Looks like he's going to deploy out a recon drone, which will show kind of a hexagonal shape around any enemies that are nearby. So he's going to send that up and see if he's got any enemies nearby. And boy, I do not see anything even close around him. Now, granted, there are some perks on there that can save them from this recon drone. They could be running Cold-Blooded and Ghost, which will not allow them to be seen. Cold-Blooded won't let them be seen by this thermal camera that he has, and Ghost will not let them be tracked by the recon drone in general. But I am not seeing anyone even near around Jude. He is able to see that there's a box in that building. But we will see how he... Oh, there you go. Now you kind of see that sideways square hexagonal figure around. But boy, that was quite a ways away from Mama's Got a Beard. So we will see how he plays it. Is he going to play it safe still? Is he going to go and try and find some people? But like we talked about, the more that these circles close, the less area and space there are for the players. And so that will create a little bit more chaos coming their way.
Gas is closing in. Relocating
If
the
you are
safe
new
zone.
with us, or you don't remember how the scoring system quite works here for Jude, it will be that he wants to try and score the least amount of points as possible. So having 7 points last week brought him in the top 10 of the weekly performers. I think he finished at 6th. So he will accrue as many points as the position that he finishes at. So if he finishes in 32nd place, he will get
Being tracked
32
by an enemy
points.
team. Stay
After
sharp.
that, for every kill that he records in the game, he will get -2 points. So say he finishes in 32nd and gets 2 kills, it'll -4 points from his total, and he'll end with 28 points for that match. He'll play 2 matches today. He's currently in the middle of the first one. There'll be about a 15-minute break
Ground
in
to actual.
between,
Request flyover.
and then they'll go into the second
UAV
match,
entering the AO.
combine the 2 totals, and that will be his score for the day. As you see him buy a UAV, which is very handy in these matches because not a whole lot of people run with Ghost and Cold-Blooded too much anymore with the new perks that have come on. And then the self-revive is extremely important here in our solo matches because you do not have teammates. So when you're
Enemy
downed
UAV
and you don't
overhead.
have a self-revive, you're out. You're just automatically eliminated. There is no
Be
down
advised,
for it.
UAV is
You can't
bingo
revive
fuel.
yourself, but with that
RTB for
self-revive,
resupply.
you are able to. So if he gets sniped from distance, he's able to bring himself back up. A lot of times if it's a close range shot, it won't really make a difference because they just go and finish you off themselves, but it really helps, and snipers are a big thing in Warzone, and people are really good with them sometimes, so it will be able to help him out there. You got 34 people left in the lobby, so he's automatically in the top 34, so the top half of the lobby so far. Looking to continue to climb up those numbers. We have talked multiple times before, and kind of the game plan usually is to be a little bit more safe for that first half of the lobby,
Enemy
be a little
UAV
bit more
overhead.
smarter and try and build up the rankings. And then you have definitely seen, if you've joined in with us the last couple weeks, there's almost like a switch that is flipped halfway through the lobby. So about half the lobby gets eliminated, and all of a sudden Jude says, let's lock in, and starts to go out and get some kills. That second place finish that he had last week, I think he had 8 kills by the end of it. And so really great performances he turns in, and he's extremely clutch in situations. Has a fantastic what they call drop shot. So while he's shooting the other opponent and they're dueling with each other and the other opponent is shooting at him, he'll lay down on the ground, which now makes him smaller, and a lot of times the opponents are looking for headshots, so they're shooting up towards his head. Once he lays down, they make no contact with their bullets anymore, and Jude keeps laying into them with his, and so he wins those gun battles that he falls into. We will see if you get to view one of those with him today, but just definitely trying to continue to turn in solid after solid after solid performances here for the Chokers of Grays Harbor. Trying to scan around and see if you can find anybody. You got 32 people left. The third circle is about a minute from closing, and as you can see on the left side of his screen, he is being hunted right now. So somebody's picked up a bounty and can kind of see his whereabouts. There's on their map, as you can see in the top left-hand corner, you have what's called your mini map. On theirs, on his hunter's map, they have a big yellow circle around the area that he is right now. The closer that you get, the smaller that circle becomes. And Jude can see with 2 ticks on there that he was in somewhat of danger. So his bounty was somewhere around, but he did not outlast that count. I'm pretty sure that it went away before it hit triple zeros, which would mean that whoever was hunting him was actually eliminated. So it could be a little bit of an idea here that Jude could possibly have somebody else still somewhere around in the area with him. As you can see him really checking angles and checking corners as he's going, while continuing to move forward to make sure that he's inside this next circle that's going to come. So you've now officially gotten the 30 left in the lobby.
Gas is moving in. Use safe
He
zone
did
located.
have a heartbeat right there on his sensor, so he can see that there's somebody about 30 meters in front of him. Could be on the roof, so he's probably going to smartly rotate here and get on the roof next to it. Just trying to check out and see if he can find, if possibly that other opponent is there on the roof with him, or sorry, the other roof.
Gas is closing in. UAV overhead.
So Jude finds himself in a pretty good spot here on this roof, as he's able to just kind of crawl into this next circle that's happening here. So he won't poke his head above for anybody that's coming. Can hear footsteps if somebody's coming towards him. And shout out to Kobe, as we've got 24 left in the lobby here for Jude. Checks his heartbeat sensor one more time. Doesn't have any heartbeats around it, so odds are high that there's nobody within that 40. Oh, did actually get one last ping right there.
You've got gas inbound. Safe zone relocated.
Oh, is picked off from behind. He's gonna try and get down. Oh, not quite able to get down underneath the ledge right there. So it's picked off at the 24 spot. Tried to crawl back underneath and get underneath that railing and be able to get a self-revive, but was picked off by that sniper that you can see on your screen now. Good shot by them, just happened to must have been looking and seeing when Jude popped up on that railing. Unfortunate time peak, so he will end with 24 points there for that first match. Not an awful showing, whatever, pretty solid. Definitely in the top half of the showing, and so he'll just try and bounce back in match 2 and be able to see if he can get maybe even some negative numbers to draw that down a little bit and just have a really good solid showing again this week. But we'll just be able to spectate and watch the rest of this match play out, as there's 21 it looks like left in the lobby. And this person that we're spectating that killed Jude looks like Fix Your Game 101. That was his first elimination of the game. Looking for another one there in the car. But go ahead and enjoy the rest of this match. Like I said, after this match ends, they do about a 15-minute timer until game 2 starts. So we will kind of hang out, watch the rest of this game. You'll see a great cinematic and be able to just kind of hang out with us and see a timer that's going on there. And then we will head into match 2, where Jude looks to improve upon his first game finish.
Only 10 left.
left. They both know where each other are. Is this gas mask going to hold long enough for him? He's able to get a couple shots off, not able to finish. Oh, and he gets him in the gas. And he'll get the victory right there. I think he took first with 3 kills, so that will officially be -5 points for him. Great showing. So as we talked about, it'll send Jude 24 points there for the first game. So looking to try and improve upon that. If you're able to go out and have a really solid showing and get negative points, then you'll be able to draw down from there. I think we talked last week was 7 points for him, combined total overall, and that put him in the top. I think he was 6th or 5th. So that is what is a really phenomenal showing. So right now he's sitting at his solid showing right now and wants to just continue to improve upon that. So we'll have about 15 minutes, I think they usually say, between game 1 and 2. And then we will be on our way after that. So we will see what's going to happen there. Hopefully, Jude is able to, like we talked about, is able to get an even better showing, as that was still a good showing, and he just happened to pop up, and somebody had a sniper and was able to get him. For those of you watching at home, he actually hopped up and was sniped by literally the #1 ranked national player right now for the NJCAAE. Only has 67 points altogether in the 6 weeks that we've already played. So obviously does not need to hold his head down about that, because that was a phenomenal player that shot him. But we will see if he's able to pull back in game 2 here, and we will be back with you shortly. There's going to be a timer on the screen, and it should start right around there. If not, a little bit before, a little bit after, and we'll pop in with you. So please stick around, hang out with us, or set your own timer and come back in about between 13 and 15 minutes. But we will see you very, very
Gas is closing on your position. Suggest you get moving. Clear the remaining targets. Hostile dropping into the area. Watch the skies.
Found him on his heartbeat, but was picked off right there off the staircase. Kind of a really hard spot to be able to see who was coming down it. Pretty
Welcome to the
shady
Gulag.
and dark right
If
there,
you
so
survive, you earn your freedom.
will get sent into the gulag here early, but has
Wait
been
for your turn
extremely
now.
clutch in
Be
the
ready.
gulag so far this season. Most likely, probably going to have to wait around for just a second here to get another opponent coming his way. But for those of you not familiar, he is in the gulag. He'll go up against his opponent that you can see on the other side there for just a short amount of time, and is going to try and see if he can eliminate them to come back from the gulag. Pulls off that tactic once again where he's able to jump up on top of the shower in front of them, be able to knock them down right there. Will come back from the gulag. If he's eliminated again, will be done for the rest of the game. But does get a kill early in the game, so he's already got -2 points coming his way, and then will try and stay alive a little bit longer this time. So we're under the 50 mark there. I think it says about 49 left here in the lobby. Dude's gonna be sitting right on the outside of that circle, so doesn't really have to force himself in too quickly at all. Kind of just wait this out and see if maybe he can find somebody coming to him, or at least figure out where the rest of the people are.
Loadout drop headed your way.
Looks like he has somebody probably in his building there with him. Gonna try and chase him down. He finds him, gets the last couple shots on him, is able to eliminate him with the circle just being right in front of him. He's gonna get back into the circle there. Woo, played it pretty close right there. Sure, it seems to be looking possibly like you saw or heard another guy there with him. So he's gonna push back and over the hill. Really kind of rolled the dice there trying to go and get that kill. It paid off for him, but was very close from the gas eliminating him there. It says that he got an assist and elimination there, but I'm not really sure where that comes from. His total didn't go up either, so probably just a weird glitch there in the game. So just a couple seconds left here until that circle's going to start moving in. Looks to possibly be appearing to pass up on that communal loadout drop. He's gonna hop onto an ATV four-wheeler. This might actually be the first time I've seen Jude get into a car in his Wheats matchups. As you see, the biggest thing with the cars is that they show up red, and so it's real obvious to other people around you where the opponents are, where you are, I guess, so to say. And so a lot of times you choose not to use them, as somebody was able to fire at him and almost break all of his shields there. Looks like he was just using to try to get into the circle, so now he's in a great spot. It's just the kind of the fingers crossed here that nobody saw him pop up on his mini map, so around to know that there is somebody around. We'll start to work in from there. Oh, just wasn't quite able to get around the corner there. As you saw, there was probably somebody who knew that he was sitting there and saw the ATV come up, so he'll place 42nd, I think, with 2 kills, so he'll come out of there with 38 points. So definitely not the performances and finishes that he's been seeing, but still very good performances and finishes. Let's see. I think, now I can't remember, he was what, 42, so he's going to come out with 38 points. You add in the 24, and he's going to walk away with 42 points on the day. Ooh, wow, that was really bad math. 62 points on the day. So, probably put him right in the middle of the pack, so we'll see what that does with the standings. But we'll switch switch on
Jail
over
break.
as
All prisoners
that
will
is
redeploy to the
that is the night. As in fact, I think I heard as I was leaving that there was a jailbreak happening, and as I see on my screen, Jude, nice job, exited out of the game so he doesn't come back in with that jailbreak, as you're not allowed to. So unfortunately, him nor us are going to be able to kind of check out the rest of how the game is going. So we will see. Basically, we'll just have to wait until the standings get updated to see how it finished out for it. But definitely looking to continue to bounce back. He looks to bounce back next week. He'll be here again on Warzone Wednesday at 5 p.m. I would not say that he's probably going to move down too much, as there was quite a few people I think that didn't show up for this week in general. So we will see what happens next week, but he will be back in action at 5 p.m. We should have an update on standings there for you. He's at 8th currently. We'll see how today's performance will sway that either one way or the other. But as always, thank you so much for joining in with us. We hope to see you again next week. And hey, if you're a Valorant fan, we hope to see you here tomorrow at 4 p.m. for the Valorant match. But most importantly, just a big thank you for hanging out with us. Thanks for being with us tonight. Hopefully you were here for both streams, Smash Bros before and Warzone tonight. So we will see you on here next time. Thank you so much for joining us, and we are out of here.